On Paris's iconic left bank, Place Saint-Germain-des-Prés, and inside this tent, a world-renowned photographer. He's had shows in Venice, Milan and Sao Paulo, but is best known for his hard-hitting advertising campaigns. Born in 1942, Oliviero Toscani has been the king of provocation for 50 years.
I don't give a damn about consensus. If they like it, great. If they don't like it, what can I do? I really don't care about consensus. If you chase after consensus, you produce mediocrity.
Toscani was at the helm of Benetton's groundbreaking campaigns in the 1990s. The clothes took a back seat, while politics, everything from racism to AIDS to anorexia, came to the fore. He also launched the Colours magazine and founded La Fabrica, a centre dedicated to art and communication. For Toscani, fashion photography needs to go beyond being simply about publicity. It needs to be art.
I think that today, provocation really means something, because I was very surprised to learn that those images taken by Oliviero 30 years ago for the Benetton label, images that were widely known back then, well, they're almost more shocking today than they were 30 years ago. You're both French. There are some good-looking people in France.
Today, Toscani's focus is on marriage, part of a collaborative project with the YellowKorner gallery. The idea came to him when he was being photographed for Vogue magazine, with his partner dressed as a Saint Laurent bride. But his friends thought they'd actually got married.
You can go home now and tell your mum that you're married.
For Toscani, images alone can attest to the extremes of experience. He believes the migrant crisis only came to the West's attention with the image of a drowned Syrian toddler washed up on a Turkish beach.
A photograph still has the power to make us face up to our social responsibility. Seeing that picture, everybody asked themselves, well, God, what can I do? Am I responsible for this situation in some way? Can I help? I don't want to see this, but then again, you feel implicated somehow. Photos make us realise our individual responsibilities as well as our social responsibilities.
Toscani sees marriage as the ultimate authentic act, committing to another person with society as your witness. Throughout the day, he meets the couples who responded to his advert. Coiffed and styled by the same people Toscani's worked with for 30 years, the newlyweds offer a different interpretation of beauty.
It could be a new sort of princess dream, an updated princess dream.
Yes, absolutely. I'd like to. Maybe this shoot might make them all do something a little wackier for their actual weddings.
There are invented couples here, but there's also the real deal. This couple came specially from Barcelona to immortalise their marriage. Another real-life couple, Joël and Géraldine Retailleau. Toscani chose to style them in honour of the cult US 80s TV show, Dallas.
It's our third marriage. There was a civil marriage, a religious marriage, and now marriage with the photographer.
Toscani is a fan of carefully considered mise en scène. He plans each set meticulously before he even gets close to the camera, making his models the protagonists of their own stories.
The purpose of this character is to destroy all distinctions between masculine and feminine, between beautiful and ugly, fat and thin, rich and poor. The character allows me to go beyond all these binary categories with a certain elegance.
Toscani graduated from Zurich's Haute École d'Art in 1965, but one of his greatest teachers was his father, one of the first ever wartime photojournalists.
So one day he said to me, "There I am, there is blood, dead bodies, smoke, broken tanks, people screaming, and I'm taking my photographs." "Oliviero," he said to me, "it's easy. Everything's just there for you. These amazing mise-en-scène created by reality. But taking photographs of a girl wearing a white shirt against a white background, when the girl isn't even that pretty, well, that's difficult."
Toscani himself tends to only ever use grey or white backgrounds, so as not to detract from the central message of the image.
White backgrounds are difficult to manage. Very difficult. It's like being a writer. You're in front of a white background or a blank page, and you have to start to write. A blank background is the same. I arrive at my studio in the morning, I look at my white sheet, and I think of what I'm going to write that day. I really don't give a damn about background. That's not what interests me. You need to remove it, take it away. You need to strip it back to the point where it's so simple that everyone can say, I could have done that, but it's me who did it.
Oliviero Toscani certainly knows how to laugh, but don't be fooled. For this maverick photographer, even the blank page is political.